And welcome to Tuesday night Shadowrun Shenanigans. I'm Bob, your GM, and we are picking up with Shadowrun missions 0704. Do no harm. We'll see if our runners obey that. So previously, a long time ago on Shadowrun missions, our runners were hired to basically ruin somebody's life. And to read the job description, it's you want to be the ultimate prankster. So they're after a guy. So they've been hired by Maggie Goldberg. I'll put Maggie up. She is looking for the runners um, to target a person named Clay Foster and his wife Janet. Basically, to ruin Clay's life. You have a week to do it. And there are some guidelines for how Maggie wants this done. Uh, you're not allowed to kill him. You're not allowed to kill anyone in his family. But make his life miserable. And the idea is that there are four sort of domains that you should mess with. One is foster individually, one is his wife and their relationship, one is his home, and one is his work life. You're supposed to do each of them once, and you're supposed to pull off a total, at least 5 pranks total. And you've been offered, actually you've accepted the price of 8,000 new yen each, and you've been paid half up front. And so let's see. I think Frodo was out last time, and so we're sort of retconning Frodo in. You guys sort of turn around, and all of a sudden Frodo is there somehow.
I see you finally parked the car.
Well, yeah, Andy was kind of being a jerk, I guess, and wouldn't park himself, so.
Let's see. Fee has apparently been tracked down by her company commander, Captain Olson, and has been recalled to duty.
It was only a matter of time.
Yep. She got picked back up for her day job.
Sorry.
Well, so I'll leave it to you guys. I think you guys have managed to hack your way into a vacant house about a block away from the Foster house. And that's kind of where we left off.
Alrighty.
You guys have done some research.
We know that Janet owns a bistro. The children are Claude and Denise, and they're adults at school, various schools.
Yes.
And he works for some sort of small neonet operation.
Yes, Clay Foster works for a neonet operation, and you're supposed to arrange for that possibly to not be.
Okay, sounds like a plan. So just how messed up is this man's life now? Sorry, just getting here.
It's just fine so far.
I was saying that in character.
He's living his happy little corporate life right now.
Yes, everything seems to be lovely between Janet, who owns a bistro, which is the most 2040 thing I've ever heard a woman doing. She's out there duking it up in the corporate world and caring about bottom lines and things. Anyway, Janet's better than that. I feel I haven't met her yet. This fellow, I don't mind ruining people's lives. I'm trying to zero in on the fact that he's a corporate scumbag, and therefore we should probably punish him just for that. But yes, Janet owns a bistro. The kids away at school. He worked at this neonet place. The exact quote from the Johnson was, "I need him. I don't need the wife." So we're not going to like whack the wife, but perhaps split the marriage up, but at very least damage it. There's a few easy ways to do that one, but
Oh, you're gonna smile and wink your way in there? Is that the plan?
That's lazy, honestly. That's
Okay.
the easiest thing I could do. That's like I could seduce both of them this afternoon and the job would be half done. But what's the fun in that?
Mather, you're giving me mixed signals here. What do you want to do with the wife?
Oh no, we just destroy her business in some way that ends up blaming him.
Oh, well, it sounds pretty good. I like that.
Just leave bad Matrix reviews, right?
Well,
we could do that.
Yes. Where is our Matrix assassin? Oh, that's right. Our Matrix assassin isn't here.
Oops.
No, unless we plan to pull out our comm links and just create 45 different identities each, and then just go to whatever the hot rating app is for restaurants. There's probably other ways to do it. I always like the whispering campaign when it comes to institutions. You tell someone something, but ask them not to tell anyone else. And then you do it again and again and again. And soon everyone's talking about the roaches in the tacos.
Even though you specifically asked all of them not to say anything.
See, whatever happened to keeping a secret? Like that's what's wrong with society today.
All right, so I will give you that answer. It's very simple. Humans, you learn to speak, and the moment that happened, all the secrets went out the window. Nope.
Fair enough. All right, so we want to say that there's roaches in her tacos?
I don't know. Let's find out what sort of food she has, and let's make it as disgusting as humanly possible, and let's make sure everyone knows. That would work. That would cause her some harm to her business, which would cause stress at home, and then perhaps make her believe that he's having an affair.
Well,
again, kind of lazy, but
in ancient Rome, to protect their fertility, men wore talismans made of baby crocodile teeth.
I'm sorry, Gertie. Can you repeat that one more time?
In ancient Rome, to protect their fertility, men wore talisman made of baby. I said crocodile is alligator. Very important distinction. Baby alligator teeth.
See, I heard you the first time, but I was wondering how the Romans got to the New World to get a crocodile. That was my biggest.
Because I got them mixed up. I am not a biologist.
Wait, crocodiles? What do you mean, New World? Crocodiles are from Egypt, aren't they?
You're ready to know things. Yes, probably. Who knows? Moving on. Do we know who this guy works for? Bob at Neonet? No, I mean, who at Neonet?
You don't know who at Neonet, but you do know that he works at a. It's like an outsourcing facility. It's called the Neonet Naperville Teleworker Facility.
He works in a call center?
Something like that.
KO, we haven't worked together together very long. How sneaky are you? Like physically get inside of infiltration-y kind of?
Acting bad. Going in unseen, maybe.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is we could, like get his key card away from him and then replace it with an identical one that doesn't work, where he can't get to work. Like just keeps trying to get into work, but he can't get into work. That would be pretty funny. That would be right up there on the list of annoying. Also might cause him some problems at work.
I still want to reach out to Father Allard and see if I can borrow those children and get them to egg
there
the guy's
was
house.
that conversation.
Wait, what?
Last time on Shadowrun, KO brought up the idea of just borrowing the children from the orphanage and getting them to egg and like TP this guy's home.
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
But remember what the deal was.
No. That's your deal.
The deal was that you have to return the robe.
No. The hat.
Oh, yes.
The bishop's hat and robe.
You let me keep those robes.
Also, anytime you say, if I can borrow your children, look, I have questionable morality, but I do have a line, and that line is drawn at, may I borrow your children?
More questions get asked.
I mean, they're orphans, right? It's not like anybody's going to miss them.
The funny part, for those who have not been here since last season, is that Chris also played Father Allarden.
Stalwart defender of kids. It was just, I had to go to the other side of the spectrum.
We need that Thursday. We need that Thursday night content warning to go up.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh.
make him late for work, flatten his tires, put him in a car accident. No permanent injury, perhaps. Stage a
What kind of car does he drive?
One for someone with a mediocre life, I imagine.
Can I make a check or something?
Yeah, you can make a matrix search roll.
Alrighty.
Okay, what if we make Clay foster all the children at the orphanage?
But isn't that mean to the orphans who think they have somewhere to live and then they don't?
It'll teach them to get tougher as they grow up.
There'll be a whole new crop of Shadowrunners for your weird Fagin fantasies that you have going on here, KO. Are you going to create your own little army of children pickpockets then next, and then sing to them how they can pick a pocket or two or something?
That sounds awesome.
It's musical theater, dear. It's completely different than science.
Okay. I do not have matrix search. I have hacking.
Computer plus intuition.
Alrighty.
All right, chat, I see you. And children are not like returnable items. And this is not, you don't get receipts.
Maybe chat should have shown us the content warning.
Yeah, where's the chat content warning?
We got a 7?
Yes. By the way, let's see. I think this is right here. It's our 5. There. 7 hits. Yeah, you definitely find there are 2 vehicles registered to the Foster family. Clay is the primary driver on a Honda Spirit, and Janet is the primary driver on a Mercury Comet.
Okay. Well, how about we?
They're both perfect little low end cars.
Alrighty. I mean,
Was I right? Were they the automobiles of someone with a completely boring and ordinary life who has
Yes.
possibly never been happy?
You are 100% correct.
They're
I
not
don't know
exactly
anything about cars,
sporty.
but I know people.
Maybe we could steal their cars. So it's like to get to work, can't open their bistro. And then we can have a universe be like the Uber or something, and then take them wherever we want, drop them off in the middle of the desert, make them walk back. We're not killing them.
Now, see, I like where you're going to this, because stealing their cars is pedestrian. That's something that a 6-year-old can do if they put like big shoes on. That's not a hint to go kidnap any children to do it, by the way.
So to be fair, so here's a description of the cars. The Honda Spirit, which is Clay's car, is a sleek 3-wheeled 2-seater with an electric engine. So it's your basic little shuttle car trike thing.
We would be doing him a favor stealing those cars.
The Mercury Comet is the Mercury brand for the Ford Americar.
Okay. Do we know the name of her bistro?
It's Janice Bistro.
Alrighty. What are the like? How long? Like, when is she at the bistro? Like, when? When does the bistro close? I'm trying to figure out a window where dude is just by himself.
Yeah, so you know her working hours, and those are, let's see, so Monday is her only day off. She goes to work at 11 a.m. every other day, and then so she works 11 to 11 Tuesday through Friday, and 11 to 9 Saturday, Sunday.
And do I know? Can I make a check to see if I can figure out Schmo's Schmo's hours?
Yeah, go ahead and make a check for that.
And what's his name again? I'm sorry.
Clay Foster.
Clay. All right.
Right. It is a very masculine name for a very mediocre car. It's very butch.
Got 2.
For 2, you do see that. Well, it gets even better because he lets Grid Guy do the driving. He leaves his house at 7:45 a.m.
Okay.
Arrives at the Neonet Naperville teleworker facility at 8 a.m.
Alrighty.
And he usually remains there until 6:30 p.m.
Alrighty. Well, if we know that he lets Grid Guide do the thing, we know his exact route.
What is it? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, by all means, Gertie.
I was gonna ask what the parking lot looked like, or the security in the parking lot where he leaves his car.
Oh, that's interesting. Let's see.
I like where you're going with this. I have another thought related to the automotives. Automobiles? I don't know what we call them. Cars.
Those all work.
So you don't really have that information, but it's not too hard to drive by. It's essentially a gated lot. The whole compound is gated. So there's a gate you'd have to go through to get to his car when it's parked there during the day. There is a small visitor lot that's outside the gate, connected by a single pedestrian gate.
So Frodo, you're master of automotives, correct? You can like control them with your brain. Is that my understanding?
I mean, if they have the correct interface, then yeah, I can do that.
If he were to get into his car, could you drive him like 100 miles out of the way and not to work?
Absolutely.
Because that would be A, effective, B, and much more importantly, hysterical. It's like just drive him off and his work goes, "Oh, where are you?" And he's like, "I don't know. My car is demon possessed." Which, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
and to piggyback off that, we drive him out into like a desert area where there's nothing around, and have like some snacks or like maybe some drinks left in his vehicle and have those dosed up with drugs, and then he becomes addicted to drugs. That'll wreck the home life when he gets back.
Wow, that went in a very, very long, dark place, and I thought you were going to leave him alone to die in the desert for a minute.
No, he can't die.
No.
Do I need the PowerPoint about drugs again?
Hey, this is for the mission. I'm not.
Finally figured out PowerPoint, and I made one. Pull up a PowerPoint, and it says drugs, good. And then that's the whole PowerPoint. You just have to know how to balance them, Dr. Gertrude. Before you go to bed, it's red mescaline to get in touch with your spirit so you can rest well. In the morning, it's some Nova Coke, and then at 10 o'clock, it's some Nova Coke, and then at noon, it's some Nova Coke. And I think you see where I'm going with it.
I do.
Yeah.
see the pattern, yeah.
But in this case, we don't want him to be able to balance them. We want him to just keep wanting them. And then he'll spend all of his money on drugs, and then his wife will probably get upset and want to leave him.
That also seems like a long-term plan, and I thought that we had like 5 days.
Yeah,
to do
it
this.
takes a minute to
You have a week to do this.
Yeah,
But a week is not probably long enough.
Can we just keep slapping stuff on him?
That will kill him, which is against the goal.
I mean, we have a Lazarus module, right? Or Valkyrie module.
No, the Lazarus module would make us billionaires because that would bring people back from the dead. We don't have that.
I conflated the old Lazarus pit with the Valkyrie module,
Yes.
so that's kind of smashed together.
It might explain some things about season 6.
But we could make him, I don't know where there are any deserts near Chicago. I'm sure there's one somewhere. But we could also just take him like to a safe house for a couple of days. Leave a note in his house.
I think the desert near Chicago is called Detroit, but that's something else.
Look, I've never really left the area, okay, so I can't tell you what's beyond a certain point.
Sounds like he's not around to Detroit's defense. Like he's trying to flip the table over him again. Sir, I will not stand for anybody speaking ill of Detroit.
All right.
Well, I'm just going to take a backseat to planning. I clearly don't have the head on my shoulders to do this.
No, I think that I like where many of your ideas are, like driving off with him in the vehicle. That's good.
Into a cornfield? Do we have those in this state?
Cornfield, soy fields?
Soy fields?
Not around Chicago, not that I'm aware of. Remember, Bug City, atomic bombs, dogs.
I don't really know what's around here. I don't leave the city, so.
So you do remember, incidentally, there was the agriculture facility that had the dome on it that you guys had to poison the water. That you guys ended up taking the old beat up stolen van.
Yeah.
As cover.
And framed what's his name? The Scrang.
Yep.
Simon Andrews.
The totally not a Scrang, but actually a Scrang.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the not Scrang TM, the Tescarang. Yep. So I think kidnapping is a good idea, just a grown adult, not children.
Yeah, I think we moved on beyond using a child army of soldiers to solve our problem.
I am interested in this child army, though.
Oddly, this was way better received when Billy Berserker tried that last season.
Yeah, what the heck?
Learn from our mistakes.
I'm all for it.
And it's a bad idea.
I'm all for it. I mean, we don't have to pay them much. Like,
all right,
so you don't pay them at all.
I'm going to go start working on the Whispering campaign to destroy Janet's pleasant little bistro. I'm just angry that it's called a bistro. I feel. I mean, if it was Janet's Cafe, maybe I'd feel less about it. But it just bothers me in my soul that any middle-aged married woman would own something that you call a bistro.
What are Clay's work hours again?
8-ish to whatever.
8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for him and go mug him for his key card.
Where are you going to wait for him?
Neonet will have security around the building. His home will have security around the building. Perhaps a stoplight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
plenty of
can
those.
you give me the
Route?
yes, that's the word. The route. I'm not a driver. I don't know these things. Can I get the route for?
So you do not have access to the route.
Oh, can we find access to the route?
Well, you with the computer roll of 2, you were able to get hours, but not necessarily the route. You would have to either hack his car or hack Grid Guide.
Oh, let's hack his car.
Okay. When and where are you going to do that?
Yeah, at the parking garage where he leaves his car.
So yeah, so at work he leaves the car in a gated parking lot.
Mhm.
Not necessarily a deal breaker, but I mean you can count on there being security there. At home, they do have a 2-car garage in the house.
Frodo, what do you need to hack his car?
I just need to get inside or hack his if it has a rigger interface, I can hack it and then take control of his car.
Do you think that you might be able to do it if he got in an accident on the way to work?
Ooh. Yeah. What, you want to run him off the road, zap him, and like throw smoke in his face? Like what are you trying to do?
Pocket sand. It's underrated.
I mean, possibly sand would be a nice, non-invasive way to annoy someone without terrible damage to corneas, but I was more thinking because this is a really tiny car, that versus your or my vehicle, it would lose. Just a gentle bump would probably send it off the road.
Physics. Yeah, I'm over here trying to use technology. I get you. Yeah, we can just do that. Sounds like a plan. All right, so what we want to just kind of like follow him when he on the way to work and just T-bone him somewhere, or?
Yeah, if that is something that we can do. I mean, if he's living on a neonet property, then it might be harder to get in there.
Ooh, Bob, what's the likelihood of me getting hit by a vehicle and making it through just okay?
As always, it depends. If you plan it right, I mean, you're probably durable enough that you can do sort of the bump and run at a traffic light. I wouldn't recommend playing in highway traffic.
A bump and run. All right, I'm gonna try and go for a bump and run.
I appreciate the dedication.
On the other hand, I'm going to go and mill about wherever this cafe is, and drop some hints in some ears and so on and so forth about. Well, I don't know about you, but I heard devil rats in the trash cans, and the roaches were the size of, well, I can't even. That sort of thing.
All right, so you go to. Let's see. So I'll describe Janet's Bistro, and then we'll do an automobile accident. Let's see. So Janet's Bistro. It looks like a nice but not fancy place, mostly filled with white collar workers. from the corporation from the corporate offices dotting Naperville and O'Hare. It is open. So the posted hours you see are Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 11 to 11. It's got sort of a Art Deco interior from the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. Dark brown wood, black trim, leather, gleaming chrome. And the menu you see is sort of basic Midwest American standard.
I try to keep my eyes in my head as they roll about. All right. So, middle of the day, right before it opens, whatever, 10 o'clock. She opens at like 11, right? That's what you said, I think.
She rolls in at 11.
There's a place open before that?
What did I say? I think
11:11 Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 9 Saturday and Sunday.
Thank you. Yeah, so she rolls in right at opening time.
Okay, so it opens at 11. All right. All right. So I head over there around 9:30 in the morning, start walking the neighborhood, see if there's other businesses that are open at that time, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so you find this is a sort of a standard corporate wage slave environment. You've got soy bucks on at least 3 different corners. There are all sorts of little shops. Some have opened, some haven't.
All right. So soy bucks is perfect because the kind of people that go to soy bucks in the morning are probably the kind of people that would love to hear a story that would make their lives even marginally more interesting than the not coffee they're having.
All right.
So I go in, I stand in line, and I do a line of Nova Coke before I go in, charm, crank to 11. And I wait for a moment, which doesn't take me long, to just strike up conversations in line and pitch my voice just slightly higher than I need to for a confidential conversation when it gets to the confidential part, so everybody around can
keep this a secret, but
yeah. I'm like, is there any good places to eat around here?
Yeah. So you the guy in front of you is an elf, dressed in sort of, it's clearly off the rack suit. Yeah, down the street there's Janet's Bistro. It's pretty good lunch.
I feign concern for a moment and go, well, I wouldn't be one to spread rumors. I don't want to say anything bad about the place, but there was an insect, a roach, in my. And I pitch my voice lower for a second after I say the word roach loud enough for people to watch me, and then
murmur.
In my, middle American meal of what should have been delicious, and I try to say this without choking to death, meatloaf and mashed potatoes. I'm sure it's not Janet's fault. She's a delight. She's never been anything but kind. I mean, she gets me my jazz and my overdrive. I don't know. I mean, if she can't be trusted for that. I mean, she'd be trusted for that. She'd be trusted for anything. But and once
you make a contest.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what I'm built for.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna be in his ear and I'm gonna ask him to while you're in there, see if you can get me a beef combo on the way out.
I'm literally in the soy bucks.
I said what I said.
Okay. I'll do what I can.
Appreciate you.
The soy
After
bucks
that
beef combo.
incident with the public urination, I will do anything for you. I need you to know that. I was not a part of that decision.
I appreciate you.
You hear a satisfying number of murmurs, murmur, as people whisper, "Brooch." You see a couple people looking around at not Janet's Bistro, but at the soy box. They're still looking around to see if they can find a roach.
I don't notice. I pretend not to notice that because I don't want to blow my cover by going, "No, this place is delightful," because we all know it's not. But I'm like, and again, I didn't see it, but devil rats coming out behind the building. I mean,
what else? Said drugs. You said.
Well, yeah. Do you want to score? I'm sure she could probably help you out.
Oh heavens, no.
Oh, well. I thought this was a cooler area of town. I apologize. So I'm just here for my soy bucks. I wouldn't say anything about it. Also, how insanely bland that usually delicious mashed potatoes was, and the fingernail. It's not worth mentioning. Anyway, mum's the word, right?
So you get the sense. You get the sense that this elf is like he's making a show of it, like, "Oh heavens, no!" and like, "So jazz, you say?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he gets his soy calf and he walks out.
I flag him when he gets the soy calf, shake his hand, slip him one jazz as we're going out the door. I'm like, I hope you have a lovely day.
Go make a palming test.
Yeah, you do that.
Did you introduce yourself?
I did not.
There were no names given.
No names were given to the $4. Nope.
Ooh.
I dropped the jazz on the floor.
Yeah, you do.
You should totally introduce yourself as Clay.
But when I drop it on the floor, I look at the person, not either one of us, and go, "Oh, you dropped your drugs," and then walk out. After I get my half calf, half nonsense, badly roasted soy drink.
All right, so you get your soy buck special, and you leave the dose of jazz on the floor, and you notice people are sort of making a bend. The line is making a bend around the jazz that's still sitting on the floor. Like nobody wants anything to do with it, and they're trying their best to ignore that it's there.
Great neighborhood. So if there's a breakfast cafe anywhere, I go and I do the same routine to whoever loud enough for the people in the booth behind me, and I get soy eggs and soy bacon and soy waffles or whatever it is people in Middle America eat.
That's about right.
And pull the same routine in there, but much more. Sotto voce, but so the people behind me can definitely hear it. When I mention to the waitress and go, I don't mean to be rude, but I've heard issues with it. It's Bug City, but roach infestations, not here per se, and I gesture across the street, and I'm like,
all right. So we'll go over to KO, who's trying her best to get hit by a car safely.
Get hit by Clay's car safely.
So how are you trying to set this up? Are you like walking out in front of him at a traffic light, or what's going on?
Yeah, like the turn into his neighborhood or something, because I can't figure out like what his route is because we're not hackers, but I can.
You know where the start and end points are.
Yes. So guess what? I'm hanging out until 6:30 p.m., baby.
Okay, so you're trying to catch him on the way home.
Yep.
All right. So you
So is there anything anyone wants to do with him during the work hours before he comes home?
If you're going to get hit by the car, we don't have to hit him with ours. So yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool.
and you were warned, to be fair, you were warned to try to keep it to one prank a day. So as not to
Okay.
draw too much undue attention to yourselves.
This is
Because you-
fine. I mean, technically he pranked his wife. Which
Right.
was later on.
So I envision what Mather is doing is almost sort of a longer con.
Yes.
So today might be your day for scouting.
But so today you could probably you might be able to get away with what you're doing here. So we'll let you make that decision as you do see it's probably about 6:45 in the evening, and sure enough, you see you sort of station yourself at close to the entry of the housing development, and sure enough, you see his little three-wheeled Honda Spirit puttering along, and you know the sorts of things that Grid Guide's going to do. And Grid Guide, the way the Grid Guide functions, you basically have to jump in front of the car to get hit by it.
I get Frodo to give me the timing.
All right. So,
Okay.
Okay. You ready? Set your knees.
Go ahead and make a matrix perception test. That's a computer plus intuition.
Alrighty.
I'm not going to make you hack the car to track its broadcast sin.
Okay, so you said matrix is what again?
Perception. Computer plus intuition.
Computer. All right.
Okay.
2.
That's good enough. You do note that he is Clay Foster is broadcasting his sin like a good little drone. So you have no trouble tracking. Here's Clay Foster driving on Grid Guide.
All right, he's coming around the corner here in about. You ready?
Ready.
All right, I'll tell your mom you love her. All right, go.
I go for it.
So go ahead and make a. Essentially, I'm asking you for a dodge test.
I'm great at those. Wait, how do I make a dodge test?
So it should be a defense roll on your character sheet.
I'm spending hedge to reroll some of them die.
Okay.
Yeah, please don't get hit.
So you have your personal edge, which at the start of the mission, you guys are all healed up and you have all of your edge. You also have bennies that our lovely chat members may or may not have given you.
Yes, I used one of my personal edges.
Okay.
So that's
so
5.
Yep. So you have 5 total hits. Yeah, so you wander out and jump, and you are hit by the car.
Ooh.
Go ahead and make a soak test.
Okay.
The downside of being hit by a car is you might actually take damage from it. But with that soak roll, you're not taking any damage.
Amazing. I would like to just body roll across.
Yep.
the
Just like in the
glass.
movies, you roll across and you sort of drop down behind, and the car screeches to a halt.
Can my body break the front windshield?
Oh, okay.
Like crack it?
Yeah.
Heck yeah! Great. Car damage too. Get a bonus.
Yeah, you sort of spiderweb the windshield.
Great, and I let myself just roll off the car and then onto the ground in front of him.
Oh my god! You hear as he jumps out.
While she's doing this, I want to sneak a mosquito into the car, into like the back seat.
Okay.
The right move.
Go ahead and make a. I believe this is pilot aircraft.
Alrighty. Three.
Yes, Billy Berserker. Corporate drone plus versus real drone in the Thunderdome. So yeah, you slip the mosquito in there.
Alrighty.
You think it's small enough that it hasn't been seen.
I'll try to like hide it under one of the seats or something. Like while he's out fussing over Amber.
Yeah, so he's fussing over KO. Trying to see if you're okay.
I just look up at him. You hit me with your car.
Frodo's gonna yell out of his car like, "I seen it," but he's not gonna show his face.
Oh my god, it's a grid guide malfunction.
You don't maintenance your car? That's a U function.
Grid guide function.
U function.
Somebody must have hacked my vehicle.
Who would do that? Are you someone important?
And he's calling on it. He's calling on his comm link at this point.
Look, loser, I'm gonna sue you, or you can owe me something later.
Does
intimidation test? And here's where it falls apart.
Does Darcy have sirens?
When you default intimidation, what is the skill?
Charisma.
Oh. When you're defaulting intimidation?
Yep.
It's called
I'm gonna use a nerf.
It is charisma.
Yeah.
And you say you're going to use a NERP?
Yep, I used it.
Oh, you did use it. Okay. Let me see here. What is? Make me look at his character sheet now.
To answer your question, Chris, I do not believe that Darcy has sirens, but now it's something I think I'll have to add to the wish list.
It's like, you can totally come scoop her up as an ambulance right now.
What are you talking about? You jumped in front of my vehicle. Beep, 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 beep.
That's not even possible. Why would I want to do that?
I need to report a traffic accident.
I call Nick Ryder.
Oh boy, here we go.
Whoever calls the cops first wins. That's how it goes, right?
All right. So Nick Ryder picks up. Yeah.
Hey man, I got a problem. I got hit by a vehicle, and this guy's claiming that it's not his fault, that he hit me, and I definitely was not trying to get hit by a car. You know me. So can you help out?
You were totally not trying to jump in front of a car?
No, why would I want to do that?
I don't know. Where are you at?
I give him the location.
Okay.
I'm at the entrance of this neonet lifestyle housing area.
Hmm. All right, I'll look into it.
Thanks. It wasn't me. Who's trying to do this anyway? My God. I even have a witness.
Can I try to start hacking information from his car through my drone while this is happening?
Sure. You may attempt to get some marks. This is going to be a hacking plus logic test.
Okay. Hacking plus logic.
Are you trying to hack on the fly or brute force?
I think brute force.
Oh, brute force. So brute force will be cyber combat plus logic.
Okay. Can I do electronic warfare?
No.
Okay. Well then, on the fly, because I do not have that.
So hacking plus logic.
All right. Ooh, actually, I'll just use a smackdown.
Oh, using a smackdown. All right. Saw the die roll and thought better of it.
I was like, yeah, never mind.
All right.
I will use that.
So you gain access to his comm link. And what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get his exact route. I want essentially his itinerary, like where he where he will be at this point and this point and this point in his route. Whatever I can get, I want it. All right, changing my bennies.
All right, so we'll say it's now Monday night. And Monday night you see he has bowling with Janet and their bowling league at Pin Droppers, a Neonet owned entertainment subsidiary. Tuesday night, bike riding. Wednesday night is just marked Trid/chores. Thursday is the same as Tuesday, so Thursday is bike riding. Fridays, dinner at Janet's.
Okay.
Let's see. Saturday is bike riding, and Sunday home/chores.
Alrighty. I'm gonna send all of this information to the group. I'm like, good job, KO.
KO's just in the street going, ah, and rubbing her sides.
So in fact, a Lone Star Patrol car does roll up. And two officers get out. And one of them goes up to each of you. They separate you, and they start doing the okay, what happened? So you basically described to them that you were Did he try to run you over, or what are you reporting here?
I was just crossing the road, getting my exercise in, and this car just comes out of nowhere and hits me. Look at the windshield. How could he have not hit me?
Oh yeah. Okay. And what are you broadcasting a sin?
Yes.
What sin are you broadcasting?
Excuse me, let me go to my social.
Frodo starts slowly backing up the Andy.
I use Z Washburn.
Okay.
It's a rating 4.
Rating 4. Very good. So rating 4, they scan your sin because, well, they've got to attach a name to the police report. And he looks you over. You seem to be okay, but you should get checked out at the hospital.
Yeah, I got a street dog I go to. You know, I don't make too much money, not like these cool rich people. I kind of just try to run through these neighborhoods to get inspired to do better, but
A street doc, you say?
yeah, I try to just like kind of look for whoever I can. I can't afford much.
Right. So what are you doing around here?
I just told you, I tried to be inspired by these people to try and get one of these corpo jobs, but no one really wants me. I don't have much of a good skill set. You guys got any internship opportunities at the station?
Yeah. He hands you or slides you an AR card. Tell him I sent you.
Thanks, man, I will.
So do you attempt to cause any more trouble here, or are you sort of backing away once they clear things up?
Nah, I bail. I leave.
Okay.
While giving the guy a middle finger saying, get your car checked out.
Hey, you need a ride to that street doc?
Says a random guy in a random car that totally you don't know.
Sir, I don't know you. What kind of place is this? And then I start walking faster.
All right, but you have such lovely skin. And then you just
Oh no.
Get out! No.
I think on that note, we're approaching the 9 o'clock hour, the midpoint of our show. So we're going to take our 10-minute break. And welcome back. We are picking up with our adventurers trying to ruin Clay Foster's life. So far, they've managed to, at least KO has managed to ruin his car. And you're quite satisfied, KO. I mean, that car fared the collision way worse than you did.
All right. I'm hobbling away.
All right. So you sort of fade out of the traffic accident scene.
Yep, and I tried to get Frodo to pick me up.
So you guys this will be Monday evening.
Oh, I just realized
and
I
you
was
have
muted.
And you have a schedule and everything.
So yeah, now you want to ride?
Yeah, dude.
Get in, fine. All right, so yeah, I'm sorry. Bob, what's up?
That was my question to you. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Should we go to the bowling alley and coincidentally, and I yell and tell everyone that he hit me with his car?
Well, it's just be one prank a day, right?
Yeah.
Or is this one long continuous prank?
Johnson was very specific about the requirements, and I would like to get paid.
Getting paid is the goal, right?
Yes, we were supposed to take around a week. We had to do 5 things. Gave us 4 categories. It was oddly specific, so I think it probably matters.
Alrighty.
Well, I've done my part. I'm going home.
But if they're out of the house, then we could go do things like take the air out of their tires when they go biking tomorrow or something.
Very
Oh,
much so.
true. Should we just steal one of their bikes?
Again, rather pedestrian. These are the things that like you could
It's
get
literally pedestrian.
army. Yes,
Steal their bike.
pedestrian.
They
Oh,
will be
well
pedestrian.
done. Well done, Frodo. That was delightful. This is what you could get your child army that your priest has to do if that was what we were going to do. Maybe do something to their home. Not permanent, but something.
I suggested children, toilet paper, and eggs, and then I was vetoed, and I'm not going to do it myself.
Pedestrian. I'm talking about, I don't know.
Set it on fire?
That's it's way over the line there, Ko.
He'll have to move at that point.
Yes. I was thinking, something rotting under the floorboards that you just can't quite find. That's always nice. You have to go
A dead body.
a while. The other thing is just
should we make a dead body?
Her hair is not the same color as Janet's. Perhaps a few of your hairs on his pillow, and a little lipstick, perhaps, or something smeared on the pillowcase. Something to imply that there was bad behavior on his part. I don't know if she'd fall for it. He's so dull, but
No, but I do like Lich's 42 suggestion in the chat of shrimp shells in the curtain rods.
Wow, oddly specific. I feel that.
I feel like somebody's done this before.
Yeah, I see you, Liches, and I know you very well, and I'm thinking that there's a story behind this, so we'll get together later.
I assume it works if he's suggesting it.
You, the wife, me, Jen, we'll talk about the shrimp shells. I don't know what's going on, but I want to know now. Yeah, something that smells, something that's rotten, just overt destruction of public property will start to form a pattern. Indeed, we will.
Fine, let's go get a demon rat and kill it, and then just stick it underneath.
Yes, you go get a demon rat and kill it and bring it here, and I won't touch it, and we will stick it underneath the house in some way.
Bob, I just want to fight something.
I know you do.
We know where his children are. You could go pick a fight with his dog.
So should I go unalive one of the children and stick them underneath the house?
No, okay.
This mission goes to 11.
Again,
Oh my
gradient.
god.
We're trying to annoy him and ruin his life, not end anyone's life.
Does this mean I have to wait until midnight to plant the body and do this whole thing so that it's a new day? Like, I don't know. You're holding me on a really short leash, man.
Well, yes, he wants it over several days because that makes sense. Because if he thinks that he's being targeted, it's not going to work. So we've already done 2 things today.
What time is it now, Bob?
By the time KO and Frodo get back from the traffic scene, it's probably about 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, PM?
Yes.
Okay.
We could go ask the I just forgot the name, the ghouls. The crypt kickers.
The crypt kickers.
If they have any spare parts. And then I know you said you wanted to go fight a demon rat, but
I mean, if we can just do it without the effort, I guess that's fine too.
Look, I promise you that after we're done ruining this man's life, I will go pick a bar fight in which you can massacre anyone you like.
I look obviously bummed the whole entire time, even throughout this whole offer of Mathers.
I promise you, I can make almost anyone punch me.
I mean, yeah, that's not hard.
You love me, I'm delightful.
Well, let's go borrow some body parts, I guess.
The only other thing I can think of is perhaps follow him to work again and use your ability to make people urinate on command on him.
What? You have a power like that?
She told you to do it.
So anyway, it's been really great being on the stream.
Yeah, Frodo dies laughing too because he totally forgot about that.
That already aired on the stream.
Oh gosh.
I ignore all of this and I just turn to Gertie and I say, take us to the Crypt Kickers.
So you go to visit Harry and the Crypt Kickers.
Yes.
Hey,
and-
Gertrude. What can I do for you?
Hey, Harry, we were wondering if you had any leftovers or anything that we could buy from you for a job. I don't think you'll be getting it back.
Leftovers.
Or something that's close to being, too much to eat.
How good a shape do these leftovers have to be in?
Honestly, the worse shape, the better. The visual component not required. We're looking for smell.
Ah, okay. Yeah, occasionally we come across things. We tend to like things relatively fresh.
Right.
Sadly, the things that people put in their refrigerator crispers. And so he goes in, he opens the refrigerator, and that bottom drawer in the refrigerator that people put that people put lettuce in to wilt. They've in fact put other things in to wilt. And it does smell as you see it open, and you're like, that'll do.
I would like to say that on the way we grabbed a cooler.
Sure.
I roll for composure.
Just to try and contain it.
Go ahead and roll for composure since you've asked me to do so. Okay. You're holding it in, keeping it together.
I'm going to ride with Frodo. Cool.
Yeah. Not my car. Andy kicks up, is like, thanks. Like
And I will send Harry over we'll call it 200 yen.
Oh, thanks. This'll help.
Of course, and y'all let me know if I can help out.
That is 200 new yen worth of week-old viscera. Excellent.
Yeah, that's basically it. You scoop it out and into the cooler. In fact, they just remove the drawer entirely. And as you sort of go outside, they go outside with a garden hose to sort of wash it out.
I'm so glad I'm in a cocoon right now.
Yeah, so Mather, you're kind of in the passenger seat, and you really can't see who's in the driver's seat. It's just this shiny egg that fully encloses whoever the driver might be.
So, how was your Easter?
Fantastic. How you doing, Mather?
Lovely. I see you've made some upgrades. Delightful old girl. Fixed the windshield. No longer has paint all over it.
Oh yeah, we gotta keep Andy clean, right?
I pack parts of the vehicle as though I have an understanding of where the spirit of this machine exists.
Oh.
They're there. All right, so you see Gertrude and KO come out with a cooler.
Alrighty. So what's the plan? What are we doing with this?
While they're out bowling, we're gonna go stick this underneath their house in the crawl space.
Okay. All right. Cool beans. Yeah. Nose go not like nose goes like not my car, but I now realize I'm in a cocoon and you can't see me doing it, so you just got to trust me.
I was gonna stick it in the Valkyrie module. It's the most sealed. That should keep the majority of the smell at bay until we get there.
This is the last time any of us use the Valkyrie module.
I will clean afterwards. I clean it every Sunday because y'all are always in there taking naps, which is not what it's for.
I thought it was for medical things.
It is.
Hangovers are medical things.
No.
Sometimes I need to be hydrated. Also, sometimes I need a place, to sleep it off.
The Valkyrie module is not a place to be hydrated while you're dehydrated.
Oh, speaking of, hey
You're-
KO, were you still open to selling me your very what was the name of your SUV? The one we got from
No, never. Stop asking about it.
Fine.
Wow.
Fine. Okay.
I feel I missed the story and I want to hear about it later when KO's not around.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed a story.
I feel like I've also missed the story. But yeah. Okay, so off to the
All I heard was Frodo trying to pull a fast one on KO.
No, I was just trying to buy her car. I just forgot what kind of car it was. Because it also has a Valkyrie module in it.
It does.
It's like a GMC Bulldog, right?
It is a Land Rover.
Yeah, it's a Land Rover. Yeah.
Yeah, Darcy is a GMC Bulldog that's been modified.
Yeah, you can't have my car.
There's the Rover.
Okay. Alrighty. Well then fine. I will stop asking.
So who is going to make this delivery? How is it going to be done?
They're bowling, right?
Yeah, so it looks like they're still out.
Probably just go in there and drop off.
Couldn't make perception checks. Okay.
It's a lot of fours.
So Frodo and Gertrude, you do notice, oddly, because the two of you are driving and the other two are, I guess, kibitzing about how they're gonna plant this stuff. You do see the house next door. Somebody is peering out from between the shades as you drive by.
Do you see that?
Yeah, so let's keep driving. Frodo, do you know what the or does anybody know utility companies or anything that would be on Neonet property? Any of
I'm
their
a,
subsidiaries?
My personal experience, not with Neonet, but with corporations, is that they have their own facilities people. They usually don't bring in third party unless absolutely necessary.
I have corporate culture as one of my knowledges.
Yeah, you could roll that.
I would like to use an edge to reroll all those bad rolls. What the heck?
That was a whole bunch of threes. So 4 successes. Yeah. So it is not exclusively Neonet. You have definitely seen some various corporate logos. You've seen Neonet. You've seen Renraku. But this is sort of the bedroom community for the local suits. Incidentally, you have seen a greater patrol presence, Lone Star, than you see in other places.
So this is not an exclusive Neonet neighborhood.
Correct.
Okay. So I don't know about you, Frodo. I've got some chameleon coding and stuff to change the look of my vehicle, and my thought was to make it look like an appliance repair or pest control or something that would be normal to be on the street at 8 o'clock at night.
So I also have some chameleon coding. So yeah. All right.
Oh, air conditioning is good.
It'll allow you to get near the ventilation without anybody looking at it. If you want to stuff that viscera in there.
Sounds good to me.
Yes, you know the area well enough, and with KO's corporate culture role, you can sort of peg the appliance company.
My favorite appliance company.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
The appliance company.
Okay, I'm about it. So what are our colors?
You guys set up your chameleon coding, and it replicates the logo and the color scheme.
And then I say we pull right up to the front of the house and walk up there like we know what we're doing.
Alrighty, I'll leave that to you guys. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to start quilting. I'm sitting in the car.
So, am I getting this right? Is it just Gertrude and KO doing this? Or is it just Gertrude doing this?
I'm in here to help. I think I'm the stealthiest.
Yeah, I am not sneaky at all. Which is why I suggested the front door approach.
And yeah, I'm pretty obvious in a wheelchair and very tiny. So yeah.
Let me go ahead and roll for sneaking.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that? I don't know. Are you trying to be sneaky, or are you trying to look like you belong? With the understanding that you don't have uniforms for this place.
Yeah, I don't have a uniform, so I'm just trying to be sneaky, and then everyone else can be a distraction.
Did you guys tell me about tell me and Frodo about the person next door peeping?
Oh, yeah.
Frodo, you're good with computers. Find out who lives next door. Please, and thank you.
So you do see or you don't see. KO just sort of fades from view as she exits the vehicle with the cooler in hand and is approaching, I guess, the air conditioning system.
Yeah. And make sure my gloves are on.
Okay.
Gertrude would have definitely given you some PPE.
I think there's a PowerPoint presentation in the library for that.
There is, for proper handling of dead and decaying body parts.
So are you trying? So you're trying to put it in the ventilation system?
Yeah, I'll put some there and then I'll put some like underneath the house. That way when they think they've gotten rid of it, it's still there.
Go ahead and make a mechanical engineering skill.
I got demolitions.
You know what? I'll let you use demolitions in this case because you probably would put the viscera in about the places you might put a patch of explosive if you wanted to achieve different effects. Okay. So, I mean, with relatively little knowledge of the HVAC system, it's basically you unbolt a couple things, you like shove stuff inside a vent, and you bolt it back up, and then you put stuff. You kind of find there's like the little half floor basement thing with the windows that are like half height. So you just sort of bury some of that stuff next to that window.
Yeah. Fling it underneath.
And then Frodo, are you doing some hacking?
Yes.
Or are you just doing a matrix search?
Oh, matrix search would probably
Yeah, go ahead and make a it'd be a computer plus intuition.
got a 2.
So you do find there is a sin being broadcast by the person peering out of the blinds, and the sin belongs to an Edna Gullickson.
Alrighty. Can I figure out anything more about Edna?
I mean, you're basically reading her sin. She is a
Like, how old is Edna?
she's elderly.
Okay.
And with the matrix search you have, you kind of get the sense that she's the nosy elderly neighbor.
Oh, okay. Does she like call the cops often, like all the time, or something like that, about noise complaints or stuff like that?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Karen alert. Watch out. She likes to. She's pretty lippy. So do we?
Mather, do you have a defense against Karens
Oh, I do.
or nosy neighbors?
Oh, absolutely. What do we want to happen?
Not pay.
Her.
Hmm.
I can spread rumors about the people that live next door. I can get information out of her. I can seduce her, I suppose. Easy one.
Maybe just distract her so she doesn't call authorities on KO sneaking around the house.
Cool. All right.
Also, if you can slip a rumor in there, that'd be cool.
on this rumor?
All right. Let's see. Do you have any? I don't have any of my regular clothes. I take off my nice vest and I throw on my leather jacket, and then kind of mess my hair up. I sigh heavily before I do it. I pull out whatever space age cigarettes we have, and I spill some alcohol on me lightly so that I smell of alcohol, and then walk over to the front door, knock on it authoritatively.
Who's there?
Probably be best if you open the door, ma'am. I say
Who's
in my,
there?
the authorities, ma'am.
Show me your badge.
The sort of badge I have, ma'am, is not the kind of badge that you would recognize. I just want to talk, ma'am. You're not in trouble. I need some information. It's been a long day.
Door opens.
Do a roll con. See if I can get her out.
See if you can get her what?
You want me to roll con to see if I can convince her to come to the door.
Well, no, she opens the door.
Oh, okay. I try to look exhausted, and I make sure that she can smell alcohol on me, like lean in a little bit. Because, ma'am, it's been a long day.
You don't smell like a cop.
No. I smell like a guy who's been drinking all night because he hates his job. That's beside the point. The point is, ma'am.
It's 8:30.
Yeah. Yeah. I work weird hours. When you have to keep an eye on people at corporate headquarters, you work some weird hours. Mind if I come in? I have some questions, not about you, about
What's
your
with the
neighbor.
air conditioning vans? What's with the air conditioning vans?
I don't know, ma'am. I guess I'm working on the air conditioner. It seems like a completely ordinary and normal thing that people do.
But you came from there.
No, I came from behind there. I'm parked around the corner.
I saw you walk out of the van and right up to my porch.
Are you sure?
I was watching you.
Are you positive?
I am.
Ah. Well, in that case, let's just get rid of all of this. What is it going to take for you to stop staring at us and go away?
I'm gonna call the cops. And she goes to close the door.
Oh, she does that? All right.
Yep.
Well, sorry, Granny. Then in that case...
Do I have another body that I need to put underneath the house?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Oddly, unfortunately, KO is not the one who's going to get to do violence this episode. It's someone else.
Oh.
And she has to watch it happen.
There's just a tear that just falls down her cheek.
Yeah, so I'm going to look at her and cast Incubus Shroud and then go, are you sure you really want to do that? I was thinking about Opium Den, and then I was like, you know what? I don't know.
Spicy, send your kids to bed.
So go ahead and roll that.
Should have all the modifiers added in there. I I some Panic at the Disco song to center myself.
There's a lot of 3s and 4s.
Yeah.
Oh, and that is a lot of drain you took there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, considering how many dice I rolled, there's a lot of drain I just took.
Yep. That's awesome. Okay. So I need to roll for her.
Do you have any personal edge, Mather?
Yeah, that's what I was sitting and thinking about. Yeah, can I reroll the failures on that, Bob?
On which one?
The drain test.
Sure.
All
right. You also failed the spell.
I failed the spell. Whoa,
Yes.
tough old lady. All right, fine. Then I'm gonna screw that. I'll take the drain. I'll reroll the failures on the spell.
All right.
Yeah, because I got 4 out of.
And she got 4 because she used edge to reroll.
Where's this old lady getting edge from? Oh, that's why my Patreon backing. That's where it's.
Yeah, you've given them to me all these months, and now I'm using them against you.
Yeah, so I rolled 20 dice and got 4 successes. So I'm re-rolling. I'm rolling 16.
Bob, why don't you tell us about Patreon while he's re-rolling his failures?
Oh my gosh. There's a Patreon, and I'm forgetting the address. Is it patreon.com/masterofrem? Where you can join up and there it is. Rem Alternus, thank you. Where you can give all of us GMs on the channel all these gifts each month to punish our players. Yes, if you specifically want to punish Mather, join the Patreon.
I join the Patreon and I punish Mather every week.
There are also other benefits. You get access to shows that aren't necessarily broadcast. You'll get access to extra bennies. Like eventually, you'll get to see all the character sheets, both for this and for for Emerald Glitch that I run on Thursdays. You get to see just how these people really are on paper. Yeah, there's also a Heroes Hall on Discord for Patreons.
Which I should take advantage of at some point. Yeah, so now I got 6 hits.
Okay, so that
got 2 successes on.
You got 2 net.
That's ridiculous.
And she's like, well, on second thought, why don't you come in? I'll get you a cup of tea.
I think that's a great idea. All right.
And you can tell me all about the services your air conditioning company offers.
Yeah. I lower the laser cannon on the truck.
Let me tell you, ma'am, if your air conditioning is not working properly, we can definitely, and I close the door so that the audience doesn't have to hear me not have an answer for that. I was about to say something weird, but I didn't have it.
So Mather has tea and biscuits or whatever with the old lady, while yeah, I saw the air quotes there, Amber. While KO finishes the job that she's doing and rejoins Darcy.
Whew, okay guys, I'm all done. Wait, where's Mather?
He's charming. Yeah, he's charming up this lady over here.
Are we picking him up in the morning?
I don't know. Hey, I'm not trying to cock block. I'm just gonna let the man do his thing.
Well, take me home. I'm ready for bed.
All right.
There's a small chemical shower if you want to rinse out your hair.
Yes.
Yes, oddly, not the first time the chemical shower has been used in play either.
True. It's been there the whole time. Y'all are stinky.
All right, so what I'm hearing is you guys leave him to do his whatever it is that he does, and unless there's something else you guys want to do, we'll fade into Tuesday morning, ish.
Tuesday morning, I walk out of the lady's house and go, the tea was delightful, and I hope you enjoyed the red mescaline. Diane, you're a delight. And walk off.
Fantastic. So I'll send a text to Mather, like, are you good?
Oh, yes, I had a lovely time. We talked about soap operas, whatever those are.
Just talking about Golden Girls and like as the world turns. I got you. Awesome. Yeah, where do we want to meet?
Well, I still smell like terrible alcohol, so I need to go wash up at my place. And then you just could swing by my place, pick me up.
Sounds perfect. I'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, I get a grid cab or whatever they're called, and back to my place and clean and burn my shirt and take a shower.
So this is a nice enough area that there is grid cab. If you want to trust Grid Guide after what happened yesterday, just 50 meters down the street.
You know, sometimes you got to live on the wild side. I will trust Grid Cab to get me within a block of my my apartment.
Okay. Good, make an edge test.
There he is, Dr. Meat Grinder Kid. One.
That's good enough.
Yeah, on a 50-50, I can get it. On a 16, nah, nothing.
Yeah, all I was looking for there is for you to not fail.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have no trouble getting a grid cab in this neighborhood. The grid cab has the added bonus because you are still doused in alcohol and whatever. There's not a driver to explain things to.
That was the plan.
The downside is it only travels on the grid, but it does get you close enough to your place.
All right, shower. I literally destroy the shirt.
Also, not the first. Also, not the first time this has happened on stream.
No, everybody just wants Mather to take off his shirt and wipe off windshields or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I put on new clothes.
All right.
Fix my hair. Shave, but not too much, just enough to look rugged. And then I go, all right, I'm ready. Come by and pick me up now.
Oh, so you do the shave with like the trimmer, but not the full razor routine.
Oh yeah.
Been there.
Yeah.
All right. So Gertrude, you get a call from Mather.
Okay, I'll answer it.
Hello, it's Friendly Neighborhood Preacher / Wizard / Bon Vivant. Anyway, I solved your problem last night. Would somebody come pick me up so that we can get on about our business? Also, I'm famished. Please.
Yeah, I can come get you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm already coming.
Oh, never mind. Frodo's coming to get me.
Then I will go get KO and we'll meet up somewhere.
For food?
Sure.
I'm famished.
Should we
I'm
go
all
to
in there.
Janet's?
Yeah. I still want that beef. I want it dragged.
I hear they have roaches. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was just you saying.
Don't tell anyone.
You didn't hear it from me.
You guys gather up, and are you going to the bistro?
I would recommend we not go to the bistro only because if people saw you at the house last night and then at the bistro today, then that's not a good idea.
I was joking, not going to the bistro. In fact, Keo already ate at her mom's house.
Yep. Yeah, Keo's mom made breakfast. And made enough for Gertrude.
I share with Gertrude only.
Gertrude spent the evening cleaning Darcy so it does not smell like corpse meat.
Good plan.
It doesn't not smell like corpse meat.
I mean,
fine. We were left out. Frodo, you're my only friend. Take us somewhere with a drive-through.
Alrighty.
And don't tell anyone I ate at a place with a drive-through.
Alrighty. I take him to the Tabby Tot lady.
Oh, the Tabby Tot lady. Okay. Street
Tabby
meats.
Tots.
Yeah. So you.
Street meats.
No!
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you pull up to a. Let's see. Do I have a picture of her from that mission? I think that's Martha.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Martha? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Starving.
Looking for some. Oh, good. I got some new Tabby Tots in. We've got the special going on, the waffle Tabby Tot taco.
You did it. Fantastic.
Did it.
Yes.
I'm working on something probably coming next month where I deep fry it.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll be right. Yeah, give me like 3 of those, and I'll be back next week for when you start deep frying them.
All right.
What are we having? Hello, my name is Mather, and you are?
Name's Martha.
It's a pleasure.
Would you like some Tabby Tots?
Yeah.
And she points to a delightful selection of street meats.
Are those made from local cats?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've had that. I'm delighted. Thank you.
Would you like the Tabby Tot taco? Made with real waffle.
This is like the longest 7 minutes of my life, waiting for 10 o'clock.
Yeah, yes. I would like, however, you know what? I was taught a long time ago, very long time ago, that the chef knows how best to serve their meal. So give it to me like you would have.
So she gives you, so just like Frodo ordered 3, she gives you 3 of those.
Okay.
So you guys have your breakfast, and then Gertrude and Ko have their breakfast, and then you guys meet up.
So how much is it for the breakfast?
We just wrap it into your lifestyle.
Yeah, all right. Well, I double whatever
it's breakfast.
No, I double. I give her a tip, like a side.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Martha. That was very kind of you, and it was delicious. It reminded me of my childhood.
Oh, good. Like I told him, come back next month. I'm going to deep fry them. I'm working on it.
Dear God, please make Easton roll for composure.
Roll for composure.
So what?
Make a composure test.
Make a composure test to decide if I can withstand fried cat meat.
Yep. Granted, the composure test is kind of the wrong role to ask Mather to fail. On the other hand, it's not. No, it's not a glitch. It is an awful lot of 1s and 2s. But 3 hits is enough to be successful.
So I don't deeply desire to have the fried Tabby Tots.
The fried is a bit much.
My character's from Georgia. Remember? So everything's fried. I'd be all I'm
But this makes you question that somewhat.
okay. All right. Maybe with a paper towel for the extra grease, but yes, I'm interested, Martha. I'm delighted to find out what that's going to taste like.
Very good. So you guys will meet up on Tuesday morning, which we will play next Tuesday night, as we're approaching the 10 o'clock hour. Do we have any announcements before we end?
None for me.
They
Nope.
just launched their digital cosplay planner over on the Etsy store. So if you need help getting yourself organized with your Halloween costume, got you covered. You can fill it out on your device like it's a fillable PDF, or you can print it out and write it by hand.
It was super cool.
There's a skeleton for the measurements.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you to the players for making it entertaining. And thank you to our new tech, Jesse, for keeping us on the rails.
Thanks, chat. You guys were great tonight. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, fellow players.
Much
And
love, everybody.
we'll see you next week.
Adios.